I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Sworn in January 2025, Trump inherited a region already at war and wasted no time reshaping U.S. policy on his own terms. From day one, Trump doubled down on unconditional support for Israel, even as the war in Gaza intensified and international criticism mounted.
President Trump's policy in the Middle East, and especially towards the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, is the Israeli policy, is what Netanyahu wants, is what the Jewish lobby and the Zionist lobby in the United States wants from Trump. So he doesn't have an independent policy. He claims that he succeeded in doing what others did not, and that he stopped the war in Gaza. But in fact, the war in Gaza did not stop.
Days into office, Trump called Gaza a zone of destruction, floating the forced displacement of Palestinians to Egypt or Jordan, a proposal Palestinians called ethnic cleansing and allies rejected. By spring, Washington pivoted to pressure diplomacy, leaning on Qatar, Egypt, Türkiye, and Gulf states to keep talks alive. For Benjamin Netanyahu, Trump was predictable and Israel's best friend ever. U.S.-Israeli coordination widened beyond Gaza, focused squarely on Iran and its allies. Lebanon became the next test. With the northern front on edge, Washington pushed Beirut to curb Hezbollah, using diplomacy and deterrence to prevent a wider war. Then came June, an Israeli strike on Iran. Trump ordered U.S. attacks on Iranian nuclear sites, declaring them obliterated, a claim that could not be independently verified. Days later, Trump announced an Israeli-Iran ceasefire and backed it up with threats and bluster.
What we see in the Trump administration is a lot of focus on the shiny deal-making, the signing ceremonies, the conclusions of these flashy diplomatic deals. And those can be consequential. But what we don't see is the follow-through. What we don't see is the focus on execution and implementation and the granular details that really make the difference between a stable peace and a very unshaky truce or even a return to war.
In September, Israel carried out a rare strike targeting Hamas figures outside Gaza, including an assassination attempt in Doha, Qatar, an operation that failed and embarrassed Israel diplomatically. That pressure peaked in October, with a Gaza ceasefire Trump called historic.
I was just given a note by the Secretary of State saying that we're very close to a deal in the Middle East.
Trump later addressed the Israeli Knesset, hailing what he called a new dawn for the Middle East. Now, 1 year in, the focus has shifted again. Reconstruction, technocratic rule in Gaza, and the U.S.-led Board of Peace, even as tensions with Iran continue to simmer. 1 year on, Trump's Middle East doctrine is unmistakable. Maximum pressure, loyal allies, and consequences still unfolding. The verdict is still out on Trump's claim that he has ended the region's wars, but he has undeniably redrawn America's role in all of them. Mohammed Al-Qasim, TRT World, Occupied East Jerusalem.